Today we are featuring a new business in Fairgrove. Recently, the owners of the Monroe brand opened a new shop called Monroe Market. They sell ice cream, meats, snacks, a men's line, and much more. Let's talk to the owner, Lisa Cantrell. What did you do before you started Monroe Market?
So I was 30 years in education, and I taught for a few years, and then I was a counselor. So I just retired in May from being a counselor in the education system.
What inspired you to start the Monroe Market?
So the girls had the boutique, and they also had the coffee shop. So this particular building was still available, and they weren't sure that they wanted to add something else to their to-do list. So anyway, their dad and I just decided to go ahead and add this. There were a lot of people coming in, and they were wanting gifts to buy, and so we're just providing that opportunity. People have gifts, and then we have the food items as well.
What's special about opening a small business in Fairgrove?
I think just getting to know the people, and so there's a lot of people that are already familiar with the coffee shop and also with the boutique, and just getting to know people a little bit better and just providing a service for people so they don't have to drive to Springfield, because otherwise, if nothing's in your small town, you have to get in your car and you actually have to drive somewhere. So we're trying to just provide a service to the people in Fairgrove.
What inspired the name of Monroe?
So the girls came up with that, and I don't think there was necessarily anything in particular. They just needed a name when they started the boutique, and they liked that, and it's just kind of grown. And we just decided to keep with the theme of Monroe Coffee Co. and Monroe House Boutique and just do Monroe House Market. I think that name's already out there as far as Fairgrove, and it's just recognizable. And so if you say Monroe, I think people automatically just think of this building now.
Make sure you check out the new Monroe Market and pick up some ice cream.
Today we're going to go recycle in the elementary, so go Green Team!
Go Green Team!
The Green Team is a club that is dedicated to bettering the school, community, and the earth. They meet every month and they discuss their plans for that meeting and where to go next. Then, they collect the recycling from around the school and dispose of it properly. Next up, here's an interview with Mrs. Inglis, the leader of the Green Team.
I'm Sarah Inglis. I am a high school science teacher, and I also run the Green Team. So we meet every month, and depending on what our officers, which is Captain Planet, Vice Captain Planet, Vice Captain Planet, and then the Minions. Depending on what they've decided for our meeting, depends on how long it will be. It normally takes all at 8 hours. The main purpose of the Green Team is to help recycling efforts here in the district. So we are in charge of taking the paper recycling from the elementary, the middle school, and the high school, and getting it to our recycling partner, which is actually Purina. So we take all the paper from the district and we send it off to Purina, and they make cat litter out of it. My favorite part about the Green Team is we have a specific need here at the school, and the Green Team is fulfilling that. It's a service that shows that we're helping an immediate need. I think that being active in the Green Team does change students. I think that they recognize opportunities for recycling more frequently. I have a can crusher in my classroom, and I recycle aluminum cans. And I see a lot of Green Team kids coming in here to crush cans and recycle, and that's above and beyond what we do here with the Green Team.
Next up, here's an interview with Lauren Tomlinson and Cooper Zumwalt, two very important people in the Green Team.
I'm Lauren, and I am Captain Planet of Green Team, which basically means I'm the president. Basically, at our meetings, we go down to the elementary and we get all of their recycling because it piles up very quickly. The advantages of Green Team are that you're helping the planet and helping the community by recycling. To become a member, you just need to come to our meetings and help us recycle.
My name is Cooper Zumwalt, and I am Vice Captain Planet of Green Team. I feel like I am making a pretty big impact on my community. Recycling is not a hard thing to do. We just go around, pick up the recycling, and take it outside. It's not a hard thing to do. So just by doing that, I feel like I'm already making a huge impact on renewable energy and stuff like that. So at meetings, all of the Green Team members just go around and mostly recycle all of the recycling in all the classrooms. They bring it out to the big green monster behind the school. And then occasionally we have some fun games or something that we play at meetings. Some of the advantages of being a member of Green Team is that you get to clean up your school and community, and you get to just make it overall a cleaner and better place.
practices this season are different from last season because we've been doing a bunch of conditioning and running, to get us more in shape. To improve as a team, we've been doing team dinners at Hilltop, and we have been doing Big Sis Little Sis, which is where an underclassman and an upperclassman get the chance to bond with each other. The game I'm looking forward to the most is Crocker because they're the most matchable to the Fairgrove girls.
I think this season is different than last season because we have better leadership skills and we're all trying more to actually score more points and do better at games. My team goals for this year are getting better at communication and working with my team more. I think our captains, which are Zoe and Anna, are doing really good with working on drills with us, working on practices. They're leading us really well.
I feel good about the upcoming season because everyone's been putting in a lot of work and I think that we have a good team. I've been preparing for this season by going to off-season and conditioning and just staying hydrated. The Jamboree was rescheduled to next Monday in Branson.
My favorite thing about working at the coffee shop is getting to see all these people come in, getting to serve them, getting some experience, getting some hours in from NHS, easy hours. It's also just great to work all around with some other NHS members, get to meet them a little bit better, especially the upperclassmen. I haven't really talked to them much. Also just having everybody come in is just a real good time. Love working at the coffee shop, good use of my 8th hour. So at the beginning of the year I got invited to NHS, and that's how I started working at the coffee shop. I had Miss Johnson in 8th hour, so it was just convenience. She'd ask me if I'd go work it whenever somebody couldn't. I'd go up there and just got into a lot of hours and all that. But NHS is a great thing to do. It's as long as you get good grades and good attendance, you can probably make it. You just gotta do a resume and all that. It's so much fun. Leads to a better community. At the coffee shop we sell a variety of things. We sell a bunch of snack cakes like zebra cakes, oatmeal cream pies. We also sell a variety of drinks, sodas, iced coffee, regular coffee, hot chocolate. We also have an assortment of snacks like Gardettos, just regular chips. We have Nutella bars right there now, and we have a bunch of candy and all that.
I believe it was 2015, 2016, I went to a conference for National Honor Society, and that's where I got the idea to start a coffee shop at school. A couple of other schools had it, and I thought it would be a great excess resource for us to have here. The money that we earn from the coffee shop goes back into local programs that we have here that help provide services for students. We give money to the backpack program, we also adopt a family at Christmas, and then we provide some money for scholarships through NHS. When I first had the idea to start the coffee shop, I went and visited Mr. Bell, the superintendent, and Mr. Stallings. I have this great idea. I thought it would be a program that we could use for the kids to have a service that we needed here anyway.
My favorite part of the coffee shop is just getting to meet all of the people that come in there because, there's just a lot of people that come into the coffee shop. And then the hardest part of working the coffee shop is all of the people that come in there because I'll be trying to make a ton of coffees and then there's just a lot of people asking for popcorn or getting Pop-Tarts.
Mr. Stallings has been our Fairgrove head principal for 7 years. If you haven't heard the news already, he is being promoted to Executive Director of Teaching and Learning. Sadly, he will no longer be our head principal, but we will still see him around our school hallways from time to time. We were lucky enough to have Mr. Stallings answer a few questions about his new position.
When I think about leaving this position, it is easy. It's going to be the interaction with students. My new position, that'll be a little bit more limited than what it is now. And so, being around students, that's, where I get my energy from, and that's what makes this job fun. That's why I originally got in, to this profession. So I'm definitely going to just miss the little things, like, being on band trips and things like that, where we kind of, just get to be around kids and have, positive experiences with them. The new position that I will be taking on is called the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning, and it is somewhat of a hodgepodge of different positions. It assumes a couple of positions across the district that are currently held by other people that are leaving or retiring. And so the bulk of it will be district curriculum. So this is, K through 12 curriculum and instruction. There's also district communications, health benefits, things of that nature that Lisa Burnett is currently doing, who will be retiring at the end of this year. And then I will also be helping Mr. Bell with some of the just day-to-day operations of our district.
We're sad to see him leave our high school, but we're so grateful for everything he has done for our high school, and so excited to see what changes he will make to further better our school community.
Andrew Fabian is a senior here at Fairgrove High School. He is well known in the Fairgrove community, and he has been going to Fairgrove for 13 years and is extremely involved in things around the school. As Andrew is about to start his last sports season as a high schooler, Garen Geitz sat down with him to ask him a few questions about his time here at Fairgrove.
So, what things are you involved in?
I'm involved in football, basketball, baseball, as well as marching band, and I'm in a lot of clubs such as FBLA and DECA, where I'm an officer, and I'm also an officer in SAD.
It's a lot of things. What do you enjoy in your free time?
So my free time, I like to do lots of things. Like I like to go hunting, fishing, and I also like to play Xbox with the boys, just hang out, and I also like to lift weights.
Sounds like fun. What are your plans after high school?
My plans after high school are to attend OTC, go there for 2 years, and then transfer to a bigger university. I'm going to major in marketing, hopefully find a good job like in a business somewhere.
That's a good plan. How does it feel to be an FG Eagle?
So what it means to be an FG Eagle, to me it means a lot of things. I mean, I've grown up here since I was in kindergarten, so I know a lot of people around here, and the community really rallies around their sports teams. The pep club is very important to games. A lot of people show up, and really just the coaches and the players, like the teammates, I mean, they're really a big deal to me because they are always supportive and they are always wanting what's best for you.
Awesome, awesome. So what are some things that you hold at a high standard?
So some things I hold at a high standard to me are, number one, my relationship with God. My faith is a really big deal to me. Going to church is really big. Number two would be my family. My family is super supportive of me, and I love them for that. Number three would be my friends. I really love to hang out with friends, and I compete in sports with them. And that just leads to number four. Number four is sports, because sports has always been a big deal to me. I've grown up in them. Playing 3 sports my whole life, it makes a busy schedule, but it also keeps me busy to the point where I don't get bored. So that's
Our new golf coach this year is Coach Schoonover, and he works in the middle school. So recently we've gone through some tryouts. We had 2 days of tryouts yesterday and the day before that. We have some next week as well. We've been practicing at the greens just inside of Springfield. So at the beginning of the season, we usually prepare for competitions by just getting a bucket of balls and going out to the hitting range, hitting a bucket, maybe even 2, kind of working on our form, the basics of golf, and then later on through the season, we'll start playing 3 holes, we'll start playing 5 holes, and then we'll just play more to get the feel of the tournament play. So competitions are fun. You usually wake up early, get to the school around 7:15, maybe go get some McDonald's or something like that, and then we're going to the competition. At the competition, they kind of have you putt and chip, maybe even driving range, just to get loose, get warm. There's groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, kind of rating the best to worst, and they'll pair you up with other 1s, 2s, and 3s, 4s, and 5s, and then you'll play, and you'll score the other person's score, and they'll score yours. So at the end of the match, they'll have your total, and you'll have theirs, and then scores will be added up.